Well, our next story is about a new kind of family where two individuals have teamed up for the sole reason of having and raising a child. Meet Tatiana Busik and Brendan Schultz. These singles met through a co-parenting website called Modamily. There is no romantic relationship here. They are partners in parenting, not love. They join me now in studio to share their story. And also joining us from Los Angeles is Ivan Fadovic, the founder of Modamily. Thanks all three of you for being here today. This is a fascinating scenario, and I want to dive right into it. Brendan and Tatiana, tell me, you were complete strangers before meeting through this site. Tell me about your individual stories that brought you together.
Well, I was in my mid-30s, and I'd had a daughter from a previous marriage of 12 years. And I've always wanted to have 2 children, and I was checking things out and realized I had to review my strategy and explore other possibilities. So I heard of Modamily on the newspaper and met Brendan very quickly.
Brendan, what about you?
Yeah, for me, I'd reached 40, found myself single, and had always wanted to be a dad. I'm also gay, and so achieving that would require a few, covering off on a couple of obstacles. And so, yeah, I took a course for gay men looking to have children, and from there found the site Modamily and got on the site. I'm not really even into online dating, so the idea of online co-parent finding was a bit foreign. And as Tatiana said, we found each other pretty quickly and connected right from there.
Well, we're going to talk about that connection and building that connection in just a moment. But when you first told your friends and family that you were going this route that I'm sure most people hadn't heard of at the time, what was their reaction?
Well, I was a little surprised at how novel of an idea this seemed to almost everyone. To me, it felt so normal and so natural. We'd had a friendship spark from the beginning. So there was a little bit of educating people on we're just like 2 people who want to be parents and have a bit of an alternative or modern family.
For me, for my friends, not a big surprise, just that they all knew that I wanted to have kids and knew that for me, it would not be a traditional route. For my parents, when I first told them, took them a kind of an extra second, and then I think it was the next day after I'd really talked about it, they just thought it was the greatest idea. They figured it was the future of parenting. All
right, the future of parenting. We're going to talk to Ivan because he's the one who brought this to the world. Ivan, what was the inspiration for creating Modamily?
The inspiration was I had a lot of friends who were in their mid-30s, who were single, who were frustrated by the mainstream dating sites and the short-term casual nature of relationships they were meeting on there when they were ready to take the next step, ready to meet someone to have children with, and they didn't have the time to waste in short-term casual relationships one after the other.
So what happens? Your site matches people together and says you two might be a match. What do you recommend, or what does the site tell you have to do next?
Sure. I mean, Modamily it's a bunch of single people who are ready to have kids, whether it's for a romantic relationship, a co-parenting relationship, a known donor relationship. If you're going the co-parenting route, we recommend getting to know the person. You have to develop a trust. This is not meet someone online and have a baby next week. It's getting to know each other for 6 months or a year. I believe Brendan and Tatiana got to know each other for about a year before they started moving forward. And, you should see lawyers, you should see doctors, make sure you're protected and make sure you know what you're getting into.
So you two did meet through the site, but then after that, was it left up to you to sort of form that bond, form that relationship?
Yeah, absolutely. So, I mean, we did like many others do. We met for coffee first and hit it off.
And laid out those expectations.
Yeah, we talked openly about what we were looking for, how we envisioned things, and also, I mean, it was important for us too. We're not just sharing a baby. We formed a family, so it was important that we had a connection as well. We have a very strong friendship as well as a strong parenting partnership.
What about challenges? Talk to me about things that I wouldn't expect. Like I said, I come from what I typically view as a fairly conventional family relationship. Are there any unique risks or challenges that you've faced that maybe someone like I might not have?
Well, I think like parents, and regardless of the setup of the relationship, the challenges of a newborn, communicating at 5 o'clock in the morning, all of that very normal parenting stuff was very much a part of our experience and continues to be so. We do have 2 homes, so there is quite a bit of scheduling and time management that is very important and we have to stay on top of. So I'd say that's probably something that we have to pay attention to on a regular basis.
Ivan, do you keep a record of how many people are using the site, how many people are using the service, and the success rate of these connections that are built through Modamily?
Yeah, we have about 15,000 members with over 50 babies born around the world that I know about. And since about half the service is people meeting on their own and going off-site, I could estimate there's probably a little bit more. We also have a personal matchmaking service where we personally get involved and help people guide you through the process.
Years ago, if you told someone that you were dating online, you'd get the crook eye, and then it became the norm. Do you feel that something like this, like Modamily and other services like it, could be normalized very soon?
Yeah, I think this is a alternative option for people who are seeking to solve this problem of trying to find someone to that they can have kids with, and whether they get married or they just stay friends. People are waiting longer and longer to get married and have kids, and they've seen a 50% divorce rate, and they just wanted to start meeting people who are looking for the same thing as they are.
Lastly, to you two, what would you tell people who are on the fence, who are curious, who have that yearning to have a child but don't think that they have options?
Well, I think that what I encourage everyone is to kind of explore the possibilities, be open. It does require a bit of a spirit of adventure, which we both have.
Right, yeah.
And then, there's all kinds of protocols and people you can speak to make sure that you feel safe and comfortable and are responsible in your decision making, as should be the case in more conventional situations and relationships too.
And that's really the thing. It boils down to all the same key aspects, right? You want to make sure you're connecting on the same values for how you'll raise your child and how you'll parent together.
Well, based on the pictures I saw, it looks like you're raising a very happy child. So congratulations to the both of you. And thank you for being here today.
Thank you.
And if you want to know more about Modamily, you can head to our website, yourmorning.ca.